Well, hello there, viewers and voyeurs. You're with Got That Funk. And it's good to be back in the UK. I have had a little over a week away in the United States visiting my terminally ill father. And I want to thank all of you who sent me your best wishes and so forth. I do appreciate it. Um, anyway, this is my 600th video, and I thought I better come back with something a bit more content driven than recent videos that I've made. Although I do have some more lighthearted videos I want to get to in the near future, and just bear with me for that. I've been following with some fascination the issues revolving around abortion that are going through the House of Representatives in America right now. I myself have on record in previous videos as being a pro-choice advocate. And, you know, I'm not going to go over all that stuff again. I will link the relevant video or videos below. But suffice to say that I am a pro-choice advocate, and I would like to ask specific questions of people who are opposed to abortion, okay? So I encourage video responses from anybody who is against abortion, all right? But before we get into that, and I want to say I will definitely accept all video responses that answer the questions I'm asking. But if all you're going to do is launch into a tirade about how bad abortion is, but you're going to ignore my questions, I'm afraid I probably won't respond, accept your video as a response. I would like to ask questions and have those questions answered, and then we can enter into a dialogue based on how you respond to the questions. Okay, so this probably won't be the only video you hear from me on this subject in the next week or two. Okay, but first of all, before I get to the sort of lesser questions, I need to determine at the very start of your response videos, if you're kind enough to do me a response video, please tell me to what extent you oppose abortion. A, you oppose abortion under all circumstances. Okay. B, you oppose abortion under all circumstances except where the life of the woman carrying the baby is in jeopardy. C, you oppose abortion in all circumstances except where the mother's life is in jeopardy and or the pregnancy is a result of incest or rape. D, you only oppose abortion after a certain period of pregnancy has gone by. 24 weeks, 26 weeks, 30 weeks, pick a number, whatever. Pick your own number, that's fine. But some people only oppose late-term abortions but don't have a problem with earlier-term abortions. If that's your position, let me know down below. Okay? Now, I've got a few questions based on those answers, but before I get into that, I have to say something else about it. The only surefire, guaranteed method of preventing an unwanted pregnancy is to abstain from sexual intercourse. Same is true for men as it is for women. If you don't want to get someone pregnant, guys, you shouldn't be fucking at all. Okay? I mean, that's the only guaranteed way that you won't get someone pregnant because sometimes contraception fails. Okay? Which is one of the reasons sometimes people get abortions. I know plenty of people who've gotten pregnant on the pill. I know plenty of people who have gotten pregnant using condoms and other barrier methods. Anyway, I'm not going to go off on that. Let's get to the questions. If you agree that the only guaranteed method of preventing unwanted pregnancy is to abstain from sexual intercourse, please answer the following questions. Would you support laws that make non-procreative sex illegal? How could such a law be enforced? Have you personally ever had sexual intercourse without the intention of causing a pregnancy? All right. Now, let's get to the more serious questions that I want to ask, okay? To those of you who oppose abortion, I ask in all sincerity these questions, and please be thorough in your answers. Don't just say yes or no to the questions, but please explain some of your rationale behind your yes or no answer. That would be grateful. I'd be grateful. Thank you. Do you think abortion is murder? Or do you think abortion is a crime in and of its own right, but a lesser crime than murder? When I say is abortion murder, I mean is it equal to, killing a fully formed adult who has led a life of, whatever number of years? If you don't think it's equivalent to murder, but you think it's a crime lesser than murders, not the same as manslaughter, because manslaughter is like an accidental killing, and you can't really equate abortion with an accidental killing. So somewhere between manslaughter and murder, is that where you'd put abortion? Please let me know. If you think abortion is murder, by definition, it would be premeditated, and therefore it would be a first-degree murder. But who gets charged with the murder? The person who performs abortion or the woman who seeks an abortion? Should the penalty for abortion, for whoever is determined to be the murderer, should the penalty for that be exactly the same as it is for first-degree murder? Potentially life in prison and/or execution, depending on the state you live in. Who is an accessory? Is the woman seeking an abortion an accessory to murder, or is she the murderer? Is her doctor not the person who performs the abortion, but her doctor who knows she's pregnant, who tells her she's pregnant, and she says that she can't keep the baby? Is he now an accessory if he doesn't report her? What about the partner, husband or boyfriend, or other family members or friends? If they don't report her as intending to have an abortion, and she has one, do they become accessories to the murder? This is very similar questions to my friend Freethinker3161, who got me set on this train of thought, and I want to thank you for your video, man. It was great. Anyway, getting back to the questions. If you think that abortion is murder, should capital punishment be a possible punishment for that? If you think abortion is a crime in its own right, but lesser than murder somehow, what punishments do you think would be appropriate for that lesser crime? What number of years incarceration would you find justified? Would you say it would be reasonable to investigate women who have a miscarriage as possibly having had an abortion? Would it be fair to say that every miscarriage makes you an abortion suspect? If so, why? If not, why not? Would you support forced sterilization for a woman who is convicted of having more than one abortion? If women are unable to obtain a legal abortion, would you personally be prepared to adopt the unwanted baby if the woman was forced by law to carry it to full term? If not, would you personally support the baby, after it was carried to full term, being put into an orphanage until such time as it was able to be homed by a family? If that's the case, would you be prepared to have to pay extra taxes so that the government could fund the abortion orphanages? Similarly, would you be prepared to pay extra taxes to fund the extra prisons that we would need to house the doctors and the women and the accomplices who are convicted of being involved in an abortion? We're talking about years of incarceration here, times multiple people for every abortion. We're going to need more prison space, and that money has got to come from somewhere. If it doesn't come from your taxes, where should it come from? Those are some of the questions I would like you to answer. And the more thorough you answer those questions, the more I will appreciate, and more likely it is I will accept your video response. But again, I want to stress, I will not accept video responses that do not address these questions if all you're going to do is go on about why abortion is wrong. These are all questions that would be highly relevant if abortion was ever made illegal. And rather than say abortion is wrong and should be illegal, if you're not prepared to answer these questions, I suggest that you should rethink your position. Okay, I look forward to any and all responses, whether you're pro-choice or if you are anti-abortion. Okay? But I do reserve the right not to accept video responses if I don't think they're appropriate to the video. Okay? Thanks for watching. I hope this gives you something to think about. Until next time, may all your ups and downs be ups.